Hi, my name's Rebecca O'Connor and this is Will Govan. We live in Milltown. We publish the Moth and the Caterpillar magazines. I'm also a writer and Will is an artist.
That's right. So we live actually in between Arden Lake and Inishmuck Lake. Since we've lived here, there's been a huge roost of jackdaws and rooks on the island, on Inishmuck Island, and early in the morning you can hear them make a tremendous noise, and also you might see them murmurating over the lake in their thousands. It's an extraordinary sight.
It can be quite frightening if the murmuration suddenly comes from behind.
It's really stunning. And anyhow, one morning I was out with the dogs, and I heard this very distressed call from a crow, and anyway, down by in a place where the farmer keeps his bales, we found a jackdaw which was being attacked by a sparrowhawk. And so, of course, ordinarily we would just leave it be, but our little Jack Russell had other ideas, and he drove the sparrowhawk off, and he grabbed the jackdaw. Anyhow, I managed to prise the bird from his jaws, and I took him home in an injured wing, and he couldn't see out of one eye. And of course,
There's Billy.
Children were fascinated. Here's Billy, the little brute, and we brought him back, the bird, and put him in a cage. And we tried to, nurse him back to health. And the most extraordinary thing about him was that he nearly, just after a few minutes, he was feeding out of our hands. He was jumping onto the children's heads, and he was the most curious and beautiful creature. And he was a real inspiration.
Yeah, so the children were able to take him out of the cage and play games with him around the house. They played hide and seek. I'm not quite sure how that worked, but and he, like you said, they're hopping onto their heads.
He was brilliant fun, and we wanted him to have a bit more space, and we keep hens, and we have this big chicken run, so we took him outside, and I was trying to put him into the chicken run, but he escaped, and it was my fault, and he just soared up onto this tall ash tree, and we were all kind of upset, but also thought it was kind of wonderful that he was able to fly, and we were concerned that he wouldn't be able to survive with his eye in the condition that it was. But he seemed to be flying well, and we hope that he's joined the roost on Inishmuck.
Yeah, and we sometimes think we see him around the place.
Yeah, kind of following the other birds. Yeah. But they're very social creatures, and hope that he's okay. But he was a great source of entertainment. Yeah,
he was, and it was a very special experience to have him for a while in the house.
Yeah, we were very
attached to him. Yeah, and the children were especially attached to him. The younger children, especially.
Yeah. Yeah. So over the last few weeks, I've been working on a series of paintings from the lake, because I think that some of Cavan's most magical landscape can actually be seen, wonderfully from the water. And of course, we're surrounded by water here. So I go out in the canoe and I do some sketches, maybe a little painting, and then bring that back to the studio and use it as the basis for a big painting. So that's what I did for the painting of the scene on the morning of the Jackdaw incident. So it was actually a beautiful kind of misty autumnal morning, and I went out in a canoe and tried to kind of paint something like that. That magical morning.
I wrote a poem called Jackdaw. Jackdaw. The roost is a stone's throw from here. We hear the chack-chack at dusk. He calls out, but his voice cracks. Over and back, clickety-clack, looking for a chink of light or rain in this new metal canopy. But the sky has gone again. The hawk did this to you, Jack, not I. You tie a gold medallion to the cage and he jabs at it with his beak, scuffs his blind eye against his perch, eats prawns, grapes, whatever we eat, from our fingers. Out in the hole, he pecks at a pike skull, guillemot eggs behind glass. What's that and that? He hops onto your head, peers at the sky with his one grey eye. Why has it taken half of me away? His injured wing droops. At night you read to him, and slowly he mends. Though he cannot see as well, he, like you, likes all things bright and new.